Once upon a time, in a quiet countryside village nestled between green hills and whispering woods, lived a boy named Flick. He was no ordinary village. Boy Flick was strikingly handsome, with pale skin, bright, mischievous eyes, and silver-white hair that tousled like a fox's fur. But what made him most memorable was his love for pranks. Flick spent his days sneaking behind carts to tie their wheels with twine, replacing fresh pies on windowsills with rocks, and whispering nonsense to make the baker's dog bark all night. See how long it takes for them to notice? He'd giggle, hiding behind barrels. The villagers, though fond of his charm at first, grew weary. Mothers warned their children, "Don't let Flick near your toys," and shopkeepers double-checked their stalls. Still, Flick grinned. "Life's too quiet around here anyway," he'd mutter. Little did he know that his pranks were about to catch up with him. Flick's tricks became bolder. One morning, he tiptoed into old Marin's barn and unlatched the sheep pen. Dozens of woolly troublemakers burst into the streets, knocking over barrels, muddying laundry, and stealing apples. "From market stalls. Freedom," Flick cried, laughing as he dodged flying cabbages. Another time he painted fake cracks on the town's water tower. The panic that followed was glorious. The townspeople huddled in corners, whispering, "He's gone too far." Children dared each other to speak his name near the old wishing well, but Flick only stuck out his tongue and winked. "They'll thank me for the excitement," he'd say. Little did he know, the villagers had a plan. At dawn, while fog still clung to the fields, the villagers met in secret behind the chapel. Old Marin, clutching his walking stick, grunted, "It's time we put an end to this nonsense." They marched together to the edge of the woods, where legend said a guardian fairy lived. She protected the balance of joy and justice in their land. Kneeling at a mossy stone, they pleaded, "Please help us. Flick's tricks have become torment." From the trees, light shimmered. A soft voice answered, "Bring him to the forest tomorrow. I will see him myself." The next day, two villagers gently but firmly took Flick by the arms. "Hey, I haven't even started today's prank," he protested. But for once, no one laughed. Deep within the woods, where sunlight barely touched the ground, stood the fairy. She was radiant, cloaked in vines and stars. "Flick," she said, voice like wind through leaves, "you must understand the harm behind your fun." Flick pouted, "It's just a laugh." She raised her hand, and a swirl of magic lifted him. Visions flashed of children crying, markets ruined, lonely elders sighing. His smile faded. "Sometimes," she whispered, "a laugh for one brings tears too many." He was lowered gently. For the first time, Flick said nothing. The fairy touched his heart. "Now choose continue as you are, or change and be part of the village you claim to love." Flick looked down and nodded. Life in the village slowly brightened. Flick began helping old Marin herd sheep. He mended baskets, returned stolen marbles, and even fixed the water tower without paint this time. At first, the villagers watched in suspicion, but one by one, they smiled back. "Didn't think he had it in him," muttered the baker. Flick still grinned, still teased but now with kindness. "Careful, that pie might walk away if I'm near," he'd joke, before offering to carry it. The fairy watched from afar, her work done, and Flick learned that joy is richer when shared, not stolen. Moral of the story: a playful heart is a gift, but true joy comes from kindness, not chaos.